Hi guys, it's Michelle from Bead and Wire Beading. I wanted to come on and give you guys a tutorial about how I make my purse charms or my bag charms. There's no right or wrong way to doing this. It's all about how you want to put it all together and your creativity and your imagination. So I wanted to get started. This is probably going to be a 2 or 3 part video, only because it's a little bit detailed on how you put these together. And I just want to make sure that we go over everything so you guys can make your own bag charm. Or you can make some for friends or family for gifts. So let's go ahead and get started. I also wanted to let you guys know I'm doing a second giveaway. My goal is to have 250 subscribers. My first giveaway I did a couple weeks ago and that turned out pretty well. So I wanted to do another giveaway. I'm not going to announce the prize just yet. I want to let you know that I will be doing a giveaway soon. I will announce what prize there will be, but I need more subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you are subscribed, you will definitely be in the drawing for the next giveaway. So I will give you more information on that in the next few videos so we can get all excited about the next giveaway. So I wanted to show you this is a purse charm I did a while back. It's probably a little skimpy compared to other people's purse charms, but I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress. And there's always things you can add to these later on once you look at them. And you might see a little area that you might want to put more beads on. You can definitely do that. So this one is one that I'm pretty proud of. I love the colors. It's a cobalt blue and silver. And you can see I have a nice large focal bead at the bottom. And I hang a couple little charms from the bottom, a little elephant and a little crystal. So there's so many little beads inside here. These are just so relaxing for me to look at. I attached a little angel, so I'll show you guys how to make those. And let's go ahead and get started. The first part, you need to pick out your clasp. There's so many clasps out there. There's this kind. This one is shaped like a heart. This is the split ring for the keychain. You also want to make sure that you get a swivel clasp because you want these to spin around and not get tangled so you can enjoy those. Then there's some round ones, and again there's the swivel. Here's a smaller one, just depending on how big you want yours. Here is one that's a lobster clasp, and this one is not a swivel. So this one might work well for maybe a smaller type bag charm. Here's a smaller, well, medium. There's another one there. And I picked these up. I really don't know what these were originally for, but I started using these on my charms. As you can see, it gives it a little bit more bling, and I think it hangs there nice and perfect. So it already has a loop, so all you do is attach it to your split ring. So that gives it a little extra bling bling if that's what you're after. And then of course Tim Holtz has swivel clasps. I picked these up I think at Hobby Lobby. And they already have a little piece of chain attached, so that's a great deal. You don't have to worry about buying chain to match the clasp. And I think you get 6 small clasps and 6 large clasps. So that's a pretty good deal, especially if you have a coupon. And as you can see, I'm more of a silver girl. Most of my things are silver. I'm trying to open my mind and do different colors, but right now I'm just stuck on the silver. I think it's just so pretty and clean looking. So the next thing you want to do is get chain. You need some chain. So we're going to end up using this one for our purse charm. I'll go ahead and put these away. So there's all kinds of different chain out there. As you can see, this one is like a gunmetal colored chain. This is a silver. It's a little bit heavier than this one. Here's some smaller chain, and again, that's silver. Here's some heavier chain. I think I made this purse charm out of this heavier chain. And then there's this Rolo, I think it's called Rolo chain, but this is really, really cool. It looks really sturdy and heavy duty. You want to make sure you choose a chain that is going to hold a lot of little dangles. And I don't use any acrylic beads usually on my charms. There are a couple. That one's acrylic. That one's acrylic. But usually I use mostly glass. This one's acrylic too. I use glass beads, so it does get pretty heavy. So you want to make sure that your chain is pretty sturdy and strong in order to hold up all your beautiful beads. So I went ahead and cut myself a piece of chain. I'm going to use this Rolo chain, and I'm sure you guys are aware you can buy this chain anywhere. I think I picked this up at Walmart, and you get quite a bit of chain with each package, so there's a lot of things that you can create with that. So let me move the chains out of the way. So I cut the chain about 5 inches long. If I decide that it's too long, I can go ahead and cut it off. You want to use some really sturdy cutters in order to cut the chain. And some chain you can probably open it just like a jump ring. But I'm going to go ahead and attach my chain to my split ring. So the next thing you want to do is you need to pick out your color scheme. You need to find out what color scheme you want to do your purse charm in. So this one, as you can see, it's the cobalt blue and silver. I have this one that's like a turquoise crackle beads and white. And this one's really pretty. And this one's really heavy too. So that's where your heavy chain comes in. You want to make sure that your chain and your clasp can handle all your beautiful beads that you're going to attach to this. And then I have this one. It's not really finished yet, but this one's silver. And this one has quite a few different beads on here. I tried to go with one certain color. This one's more of a silver and clear and a white. So I need to add more dangles to this one. And I have this one. This one's a little black and white one. This one's just fun. I didn't really attach a focal bead to this one, but as you can see, it's nice and full. It's kind of a smaller one on the smaller scale, but I think it's so cute. There's so many different things in here. If you really stare at it, you can pick out a lot of different things. I think it's so cool. So also, just a little tip, if you have a banana holder in your kitchen, something similar to this works really well when you're starting to attach your dangles onto your chain. You can hang your purse charm from the hook, and you can work on your purse charm just like this. And that way it's hanging up so you can tell where you may need to add more beads or take some away. So this is a really, really great tip. If you're going to make these purse charms, you should really find one of these banana holders. They do come in plastic. I think this one I got at Walmart. So anything with a hook that will allow you to work on your purse charm will really save you a lot of time and headache. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to make our dangles. Now this part is the most time consuming, I think, of the whole process. So you need to pick out your color scheme. So I'm going to probably use this purple and pink beautiful bead as my focal bead. So that's going to end up being there. And you know what? After I've attached my clasp on the top, it seems like this is a little bit too long. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off a little bit more, maybe like an inch. Okay. So that's better. I like that length. Just keep in mind that once you add your focal bead at the bottom, and for example, this one, I ended up hanging some other things on the end of my focal bead. I put a elephant charm and then just a little crystal charm there. So that makes it longer too. So not only is the chain probably about 4 inches long, you've got to take in account of your split ring or your jump ring, and then also your focal bead, however long that is, and then anything you might hang on the bottom to dangle. So you might think this is short, but once you start building on it, you'll see that it grows pretty quickly. So we can go ahead and put all this to the side. And the most time-consuming part, like I said, is making your dangles. So you're going to need an assortment of beads, and I'll go ahead and show you. I have quite a few beads out here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I have quite a few. I kind of go overboard. And I also have, you're going to need some eye pins and some head pins. So I have some gold eye pins. These are about 2 inches long. I have the silver. These are the eye pins. I have some silver head pins, and these are the ones that look like a little nail on the end. You can see that. And these are about 2 inches long as well. And I have these antique looking ones. But like I said, I'm more of a silver girl, so I'm going to go ahead and put these away. And we're going to focus on the silver ones. So you can use a combination of the head pins and the eye pins. So as you can tell with the head pin, it has the loop at the end. So you can see that's how I attached my little dangles from the bottom of my focal bead. So it already had the loop there, so all I did was attach a split ring and I attached my charms. So if that's something you want to do, then you probably want to use more eye pins than head pins. So I'm going to hang this up on my banana hanger, and we're going to get started making our dangles. So for this focal bead, I'm going to go ahead and attach, get me a couple seed beads. And just for security, I want to add a little seed bead on the bottom just so it doesn't fall out of the hole. And then I'll add a seed bead to the top just so it'll look more even. Okay, let's see if I can do this on camera. So you're going to need, the tools that you're going to need for this is, you're going to need some cutters, you're going to need some round nose pliers, you're going to need some chain nose pliers, and I have some bent nose pliers, and that is to wrap my eye pins around my loop. So we're going to do wrapped loops. And I have some other pliers here as well, just in case I need them for anything. So the first step in your wrapped loop, you're going to take your chain nose pliers and you're going to bend your wire about 90 degrees. And then you're going to take your round nose pliers and you're going to place your pliers right above the bent area. And you're going to bring your long tail over, and I always bring it towards me, over the jaw of the pliers. Oops, sorry. And you're going to keep rolling the pliers until you get a closed loop. And it's not perfect, but we're going to work with that. Okay. So next you're going to put your loop into your chain nose pliers and hold it really tight. I'm going to switch hands. I put it in my non-dominant hand, and then I'm going to take my tail with another pair of pliers, and I'm just going to wrap this around the space between the bead and my loop. So let's see how many times this will go around. I'm shooting for about 3, so let's see. And my little tail is quite short, so, but you need to just work it out. So we'll just go ahead and, let me try these. It's because my bead is so large, it's hard to get around it. So, but this is our focal bead, so we won't have to worry about doing another bead like this. Unless, of course, you want to. So it looks like I'm only going to be able to get 2 wraps around that, unfortunately. So you always want to do wrapped loops on these purse charms because they are going to be banged around quite a bit. and they're going to take a beating. So make sure that they are sturdy and make sure that they're not going to fall apart. So you're going to take your cutters and you're going to snip the little bit of tail that's left over. Make sure you cover it so it doesn't poke you in the eye. And then you're going to take your chain nose pliers and make sure that the tail is tucked in and there's no sharp edges. So my loop is not the most perfect loop. You can always go back in and try to straighten it out a little bit. I knew that would happen because I'm on camera. Okay, so I have my little hanger and my focal bead is going to be attached to the bottom there. I'm not going to attach it quite yet. I usually wait until I have all my little dangles or the majority of my dangles made. That way I can just go ahead and in one fair swoop and just attach all my dangles. So next you're going to find a couple other beads. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do these. Now the holes on these beads are a little bit smaller, so I don't need a seed bead. And I'm going to attach 2 beads to this one. And we're going to use our chain nose pliers. We're going to bend it to 90 degrees. We're going to take our round nose pliers. And these are, by the way, these are the wolf pliers. I don't know if you saw my previous video, but I've kind of practiced a lot more with these pliers, so they are great. They are very, very nice pliers. So we're making our loop. We're going to hold our loop and I'm going to switch hands. I probably need a little bit heavier duty pliers to wrap. So I'm going to take my tail and start wrapping. If I can get 3 wraps around this, that would be great. Very nice. So usually when you choose your colors, again, there's no right or wrong way. It's usually nice to have at least 2 colors. You can always have 3 different colors. Whatever you feel at the time you're making these, go right ahead. Okay. So let's get our cutters and we're going to cut our little tail. And I did get 3 loops out of that. Cut our tail. I'm going to cover up the piece that might fly away. And we're going to tuck the sharp edge in. And there's our other dangle. So we have quite a bit to do. I'll do one more. I'm going to use a head pin for the next one. That way you can see there really is no difference from a head pin to an eye pin, just the bottom. So that one looks, the hole on the bead is a little bit big. So I'll go ahead and attach a seed bead at the bottom just so it won't fall through. And just to make this symmetrical, I'll add another seed bead to the top. We're going to take our chain nose pliers. We're going to bend our eye pin 90 degrees. Take our round nose pliers, and we're going to bring our tail over the pliers and turn our pliers until we have a closed loop. Ooh, that one's terrible. Very bad. You can always fix those later. That one's bad, bad, bad. Okay, we're gonna salvage that. So we're gonna take our chain nose pliers, and I'm gonna switch hands to my non-dominant hand. I'm gonna take these bent nose pliers, and I'm gonna try to make 3 wraps around my stem. Make sure your beads are all the way to the bottom so that your wraps will be nice and even. Okay guys, this one is horrible. As you can see, I'll just show you. First of all, my loop is not a perfect round, and my wraps are so far apart. So when that happens to me, I just cut it off and start over. And it takes a lot of practice to do the wrapped loops. So the more you practice, the easier they'll be. So let's do it one more time. I'm going to try to not focus on being on the camera. And our seed bead. Our chain nose pliers. We are going to bend that away from us to a 90 degrees. I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I'm going to bring my tail up and around the jaw of the plier, and I'm going to keep going until I have a closed loop. Much better. I'm going to take my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to hold my loop quite snugly. I'm going to change hands, and I'm going to use some bent nose pliers, and I'm going to wrap my tail around the space between the loop and my bead. So 3 wraps is a pretty good goal to get. If you can do more, that's fine. Looks like I am doing more on this one, but that's okay. That just means it's going to be more sturdy. Okay, and it doesn't look like I'm going to need to cut anything off. I'm going to straighten it up. And I'm going to take my pliers and tuck in the sharp edge. Just like that. Alright, so we have only a couple made so far. I just want to show you guys. These are the ones I've made in the past. I have quite a bit of different colors, different styles. As you can see, you can put as many beads as you want on each one. But just keep in mind that you need to make sure that you have room for that many beads. I'm just showing you examples. Some of these are made of seed beads, and you can actually take these and kind of bend them, make like a little squiggly, and you can hang that from your purse charm. These are some clear ones, some pink ones. I even have some square beads, and I made one with square beads. So those are the smaller ones I have. And then I made a bunch of these bigger ones. So I have some silver balls, just some crystal ones with bead caps. I have this one. I have a couple of these. I have this cobalt blue one with a design. I have a pearl with a couple of the filigree bead caps. Then I added a silver bead to the top. I have some more of these. I don't even know what they call them, like Indian beads. These are so pretty. And here is a crackle bead with some bead caps. And here is another kind of a purple with some bead caps. So anything you can imagine, you can do it. Just make sure that you wrap your loops. Make sure you wrap your tail around. Make sure that that's nice and sturdy, because like I said, they are going to be banged around a lot. Even if people don't use them for their purse or their bag, they're still going to be moved around quite a bit. So you don't want to have an accident and have any of these things fall off. So I'm going to go ahead and end this part 1 video here. I've got a lot of work to do. We're going to do some more dangles, and I will come back and we will start attaching our dangles to our chain so we can make a beautiful purse bag charm. So far we have our chain, our clasp, and we have our focal bead ready to go. So I will show you on the next video how we put all this together so you too can make your very own beautiful purse charm. Thanks for watching, and like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Tell your family, tell your friends to subscribe, and I'm going to be doing another giveaway soon, and I will give you more details on that later. Thanks again for watching. Have a great night.